I like making people laugh. So does Ricky Gervais. Arguably he's better at it than me, I guess. I'd say I'm in much better physical shape than him. In this video, we're going to be looking at whether it's unhealthy to compare ourselves to others. You might straight away scream out, no.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And you may be right, it can be highly toxic on one hand, leading to a potentially negative downward spiral, but highly motivating on the other hand, being a big factor in some people pushing their goals and their capabilities. It all depends on your mindset. Save you spending ages trying to work out what the top says. I think it says Nike Run. So what makes me qualified to talk about comparison? Well, my girlfriend says I'm a know-it-all, so there is that. I've been many different body shapes through my life. I've been skinny, I've been fat, and I've been most places in between. Now at 95 kilograms, I like to weight train, but I also like to run. I'm a very competitive person and I want to be good at everything that I do, to an extent. I could subject myself to a lot of negative comparisons, but hopefully in this video we can talk about some mindset changes that can help. I'm in a position where I can compare myself to all the guys in the gym that look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and feel like I'm inadequate, but I can also run a 5k or a park run in 18 minutes and a 10k in 37 minutes, a time that most of these guys would never achieve and probably don't want to, which we'll touch on later too. Equally, as a much bigger than most runner, although I'm fast for my size, a 17-minute 5k is nothing to real fast athletes. I could feel like I'm a rubbish runner and should give up, but again they would snap if they tried to lift some of the weights that I can. These comparisons could get me down, but they don't, because I'm in the mindset that our goals and targets are different. I don't want to be the world's best runner and sacrifice my muscle mass, and I don't want to be the world's strongest man and lose all my speed. I'm pretty happy being pretty decent at both. This applies to you. Maybe not exactly this example, but I guarantee you can do something amazing that people you think do amazing things can't do. I'm not a comparisons expert. I'm not bad at spot the difference, but I don't have a qualification in comparison studies, and I'm definitely not a psychologist. This is just my opinion, which again, if you go on my girlfriend saying I'm a know-it-all, it must be right. Things we'll be talking about in this video are assessing the context of the comparison, whether your goals are the same, and are there positives that can be taken from the contrast that you are making. If this is your first time clicking on this channel today, then you are in for a treat.
Alright.
Part of a new direction for this YouTube channel. Historically, this channel has been predominantly about running shoes, with the odd motivational video and some racing vlogs. For those regular subscribers, thank you very much for your support, and I hope you'll bear with me with the transition to a new style video. I'm sure there will no doubt be shoe reviews, but with a lack of sponsorship and 4 children, it's becoming ridiculous to feel like I have to get all of these shoes to keep on top of the trend. Of course, I'll always love shoes and there will always be new ones, but I'm switching focus to something I'm more qualified to talk about, both on paper and in reality. I'm shifting gears, moving more towards motivating and inspiring others through sharing my fitness tips and both physical and mental transformations through the years. I've been training on and off since I was about 15, if you've seen this older video here. Although I'm not a professional trainer, I do have qualifications in sports science and coaching. I want to apply what I've learned through the years to improve myself both physically and mentally to this channel and help encourage others.
You can do it, Nikki!
If these videos aren't for you, then wait around for the shoe reviews and racing vlogs, which will still happen, but hopefully these videos can help inspire people, and that's what it's all about, helping change people's mindsets to a more positive outlook. Back to the main bulk of the video, let's start by talking about what we mean by a comparison. I'm talking about something you do or have done and comparing that to anyone else, probably somebody that you've seen on YouTube or Instagram or whatever it may be. Of course, as a fitness channel, I'm talking about running or weightlifting, but of course there are many things that we comparing our achievements or feats against others. I'm talking about you've just smashed a 5k PB, but see someone else on Instagram has just done one 4 minutes quicker than you as an easy run. I'm talking about you squatting 50 kilograms all out and feeling proud, and then watching as the next person uses that as a warm-up.
Like today, for example,
We've all been there. We've all compared so many aspects of our fitness journey with someone else. To address the question question that this video is titled, is it healthy to compare our fitness achievements to those of others? And to go back to my previous point at the start of the video, the answer is both yes and no. Before I've had a chance to explain why I think this to you, let me know in the comments what you think about comparing yourself against others. If it's healthy, do you think it's unhealthy? Let me know in the comments below, I'd be really interested. I believe comparisons are both essential and also dangerous depending on the person, the comparison itself, and the situation. And here's why. First of all, we have to look at the comparison and whether it is a realistic or healthy comparison to be making. For example, a young girl comparing her body to someone else that she's seen on Instagram. This is potentially very unhealthy and is not a fair comparison. The photo is probably posed, edited and specifically designed to look perfect. It's not fair for you to compare yourself to how you look unposed, unedited and raw. We aren't comparing the same situation. To decide if a comparison is healthy or not, we have to be fair with the comparison. It's okay for us to look at someone and think what they do is incredible without having a negative effect. For example, with myself, I weigh 15 stone, I weight train often and I have a family of 4, all very young, with a full-time job. Someone that is 11 stone, no children, and can run a particular race distance faster than me, is that a fair comparison? Of course it's not. The factors are too different. 4 stone difference in running is immense, trust me. It doesn't really matter if the context isn't the same, or as in this example, the goals of the person are different. This doesn't make the comparison unhealthy. It's okay to admire something without believing that it makes you better than them in some way or makes them better than you in some way. The negative side of a comparison comes when we disregard the context of the comparison itself and believe that we should be doing what the other person is doing, that they are better than us because they can do this and you can't. I can't stop you from thinking like that. I'm sure for some of us it could take years of therapy. But something I do to stop feeling negative about a comparison is to look at the whole situation and then reflect on it. Like we touched on earlier, let's say I go out at 15 stone and set a 5k PB of 16:30, which I'd love to do, so let's say that happened. There are a lot of people on Instagram that would think that this is a slow time. Then I challenge you to a bench or squat press challenge any day. I'm still proud of that time, despite the fact that there are people out there that can do that quicker, because I know the context. I know that I enjoy weight training. I don't want to sacrifice muscle for speed, and so I'm just as happy with my 16:30 as that particular person may be with 14 minutes, for example. Look at the whole comparison. A comparison in itself is not a negative thing unless we take it in a way that knocks us back, gets us down or unmotivates us. So obviously the negative side effects of a comparison can be very harmful, and as we discussed, that's going to depend on how you've addressed said comparison and how you've processed it. Equally though, a comparison can be very positive when analysed fairly. So let's say I'm a novice runner and I'm comparing my time to other runners. I can look at the workouts that they do, the ways that they recover or things that they eat to make the most of their training. I can compare this against mine and think that it's inadequate, but it is a huge learning opportunity. I can realise that things can change for the better in order for me to grow as a runner. This is a very powerful tool, and it's all to do with the mindset that we have when we're comparing. Equally, if there is someone that you know on Instagram or even a friend and you are of similar abilities, therefore making it a pretty fair comparison, like my point earlier talking about context, then certain contrast between you and them can be hugely beneficial. It can be motivating in a challenging way to see that person start to get better and you want to follow them with that progression. Again, as long as this is digested in a healthy way, it can lead to an influx in motivation and determination to succeed in order to compete in a healthy way with this friendly rival. At the end of the day, a comparison in itself is neither healthy nor unhealthy. It is just an assessment. It's up to you to decide what to do with that assessment and how to take it. When comparing what someone is really good at, think about what you can do that they can't. They might not want to be able to do it or be interested in it, but you're only impressed by what they can do as it's something you are equally as interested in. I like making people laugh. So does Ricky Gervais. Arguably he's better at it than me, I guess. I'd say I'm in much better physical shape than him. So in summary, yes, it can be very healthy to compare yourself to others to some extent. It can help you grow as a person and teach you valuable training tools, as long as the context of the comparison is fair, i.e. the same goals, same ability. I believe comparisons to be very important in motivating yourself. So hopefully you've been able to take something away in this video and you've enjoyed the new style. If you're a regular subscriber, then please let me know what you thought of the new intro and the subject matter. I hope you don't miss the old intro too much. If you've been new to the channel today, I hope that you found this useful and will subscribe for more, hopefully motivating content. If this has helped you in any way, I'd love to hear about that. So as always, guys, or if you're new to the channel, this is what we always used to say, and I'll still keep this. But as always, guys, I've been Rotorman Sam, and I will see you guys in a bit.